How will you control weeds in your fence lines and ditches? That's what we want to talk about today.
For many years, farmers have been spraying Roundup or Liberty in their fields, and we can't hang that spray boom out over the fence line and try and control weeds, or spray them on the ditches or something around the edges of the field, because we'd kill all the grass too. Now, back in the old days when guys were spraying, say a Clarity or a 2,4-D or something like that in their fields, yeah, if some of that herbicide got into the ditch or the fence line, we would kill the weeds. So this has been something that's gotten worse over the last 20, 25 years. Now we've got to deal with the problem because we've got a lot of resistant weeds that are starting on the ditches and terraces and those kinds of places, but we've got some great options to get those weeds under control.
Well, the biggest thing that we want to talk about is what is your neighboring crop? So the thing I've been most excited about for the last couple years has been Xtend soybeans because, hey, if we can spray dicamba in our soybeans, and we know we can already spray dicamba in our corn, if we have corn and soybean fields next to each other, that means we can spray dicamba in the fence lines or in the ditches. That's awesome. But the problem is, if you're going to use old Clarity or Banville, you may have some volatility. You may have some off-target movement that you don't want.
You know, we've heard from people around the country that are concerned about this. Oh boy, we don't want you guys spraying dicamba or spraying 2,4-D in the ditches and telling other people about this because there's going to be drift into our fields. The key thing that Brian mentioned there is it's the type of dicamba or the type of 2,4-D that you're spraying. We've got low volatility formulations now with Ingenia and with XtendiMax that only cost a little bit more than some of the other dicambas on the market. If we're using those in these sensitive areas where we're concerned about, hey, you know, it's only 50 feet across the road to that next crop, should I be concerned? Or it's 150 feet over to this crop, should I be concerned? Hey, I'm a lot less concerned if I'm spraying the right form of these chemicals.
Well, Darren mentioned the new dicamba products, XtendiMax and Ingenia, but how about the new 2,4-D, Freelix? I'm actually more excited about Freelix than I am about the dicamba because just think of how much 2,4-D is used all over the country, and people are using formulations that do have a fair amount of volatility. So switch to Freelix. There's almost no volatility. We've tested this on our farm for a couple of years now. It's unbelievable. We've had it 30 inches away from sensitive crop and had no problem. Now, certainly we've got to pay attention to where the wind's blowing and all that type of thing. But with almost no volatility in a 2,4-D, Freelix looks to us like an amazing new product that's only just a little bit more in terms of price than normal 2,4-D.
Now, we don't want to get into any trouble here. You definitely have to follow the label, and we're not encouraging spraying when it's windy and those kinds of things. So make sure you're following the label. Use all the common sense of, hey, which way is the wind blowing? If it's blowing away from a sensitive crop, that's the time that you want to do this. But what I'm saying is now we have some good options that we can spray in areas like ditches and fence lines to control these weeds and stop them from spreading out into our fields.
Unfortunately, the new 2,4-D and the new dicamba products will not control our weed of the week, but we'll tell you what will coming up next.